Hey guys, it's Oz again, back here today doing my first actual video for the channel. Like I said, it's going to be about my opinions on things, sometimes a review of things. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Nintendo Switch. You can find a link to the Amazon page to purchase a Nintendo Switch right on my ozpimions site. So if you want to go there and check it out, that'd be great. It's something that I've been into for a long time, gaming. I started on the Atari 2600 many years back, and I've worked my way up through over the years trying different systems. I've found that Nintendo seems to fit really well with me. It has a lot of games that I really like, and there just seems to be a plethora of titles as well as characters that seem to resonate with me. I've always been into the Zelda games, the Mario games. You know, RPG games are big for me as well, but a lot of those games have always been really great for me. I like strategy games. And the Nintendo Switch is kind of a departure from the older systems. Whereas you had your NES and your Super NES, which were the forerunners of everything, that were very locked. You were stuck on your TV. It's the only way you could play. If you didn't have access to your TV for whatever, your parents watching TV, your siblings watching TV. Now that I'm older, my kids watching TV, my girlfriend's watching TV. I can't always play. The Switch kind of changed things out. You can put it on the TV and play it all you want, but you can just as easily take it as a handheld system and bring it anywhere. It's basically a tablet with Nintendo branding on it. It's a great thing. I think they really hit it out of the park with this, personally. It's definitely something that you can take and you can play anywhere. You're going camping, you can bring it with you. You're going to stay in a hotel, you can bring it with you. You can bring the hookups and have it play on the TV. You can sit there and play it alone. There's not a lot needed. Pretty much everything you need to hook that up comes in the box, with the exception of an HDMI cable. And Nintendo doing just an HDMI setup is so much better than in the past, where you had to have a special Nintendo branded cable to hook up to your TV. It really made it kind of a pain in the butt, in my opinion, because if you didn't have that specific type, you couldn't hook up to your TV. You couldn't play the system. If for some reason your cable broke, you're pretty much SOL. You had to go out and get a new one, and not all places carried it. Nowadays, you can go anywhere and get an HDMI cable. You can play it very simply, and with the option, you can have up to 4 Joy-Con controllers. 2 of the little red, one from each side, red or blue, or different colors that they have now. You can have hooked up to your system. With Mario Kart 8, I know for sure, you can have up to 6 players easily. What you need is you can have 4 players on your regular Nintendo Switch. The other 2 players need to be on like a Nintendo Switch Lite. They each have to have their own game for the other 2 players. But having the availability to have that many players on a single game is definitely something that I've always wanted. I've always liked multiple person gaming. It's really fun. Now, especially that I'm older and I have kids now and I've got a girlfriend, and me and my girlfriend are around the same age, so we kind of grew up playing the same games and doing the same type of things. So now we're trying to introduce a lot of that to the kids. We're trying to teach them about retro gaming and things like that. But with that, I've actually come across this wonderful thing with the Switch, where I can learn to play a new game. It's based on a classic that I grew up with, and it's something that I can teach and learn at the same time. And I can have all of my girls, we have 4 kids, mind you. So there's 6 of us in our household. We can have all 6 of us playing one game, everybody having different characters, everybody having different things, and we can just have a fun game night just playing one game. And not having to switch between, does this person want to play, so who gets the controller next? everybody can play in one shot. It's awesome. And I've got to say, the Nintendo Switch is the first system that has allowed for that capability to online play with other people within your same house. It's always been a difficult thing. You'd have to have your console had to be the only one in the house. You'd have to have a multi-tap system of some kind. You'd have to hook up multiple things. And the most you could usually have was 4 players. The other thing about the Switch that I like is that availability to bring it anywhere and play anywhere, and having the availability to connect to Wi-Fi. Now, connecting to Wi-Fi, I know probably for some people is almost old hat at this point. For me, it's still something that's kind of a novelty in a way. Now, again, like I said, I grew up with the old systems. I grew up on the Atari, the NES, the SNES, the Sega, all those old school systems. We didn't know what connecting to the internet was back then. We didn't know that we could have a game and have somebody across the country, much less across the world, play with us. We had the people in our own household. Now, the Switch allows you to not just play the games, but to download more games at almost any point you're willing to through the Nintendo Store. Another awesome idea. Now, yes, does PlayStation have something like that? Does Xbox have something like that? Yes. Has Nintendo already done this with their handheld system, the 3DS? Yes. It's not anything new. But I think on the Switch, it's an awesome idea because you're not just able to download that game to play on the handheld system. You can hook it right up to your TV and be able to play multi-person, or have people watch you play if it's a single-person game, or just have that comfort of having it on a nice big screen instead of having it just on that small little video in front of you. Now, I'm going to take a minute now to pause this and show you some of the things that come in the box, some of the games that I personally have, and to give you an idea of what the Switch looks like disassembled and assembled. I'll talk to you about the pieces of it, the inputs, outputs, things like that, and then I'll get back to more on my opinion. Alright? Alright guys, here we are. Now, here's the docking case. There's the plug, the Switch itself, and the 2 Joy-Con controllers that come with it. Now as we come down, you'll see Civilization, Dragon's Quest Builders, Luigi's Mansion 3, My Heroes 1 Justice, Super Mario Maker 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and Lego DC Villains. Now this is my current collection. This is my current setup for the Switch. I am looking to get more accessories, expand my collection, make things a little bit better. Give me the option to play more things. Now here's the things that I like. Number 1, regular Transformer box. Not a lot different than everything they've done in the past. However, the difference now is the cable type. Whereas it used to be more proprietary, this is a Type-C. Now, a Type-C plug has many different uses. A lot of times you'll see it used with Samsung and their products, as well as Amazon Fire products, to plug in. The thing that I like about that is it makes it so much easier. If you can't find your plug, you can always just use a regular C charger to play. Now, here we are. Again, we're looking at the docking system. As you can see, it's got the space for the AC adapter. It's got a USB. And it's got the HDMI out. Now that just simply closes to hide your wires. We've got inside here, right where your system sits. And again, it's just a nice little dock for it. Now if we look at the system itself, pretty plain and simple, just a screen, not a lot to it. Here's your charger. This is where your system will sit in the dock. When you have this seated and in there properly, you'll be able to connect right to the screen. Here's where your game goes. Pretty quick and easy, just pop it in, pop it out. They're small, kind of like a Nintendo 3DS, which is cool because then you don't have the big discs or anything like that. Here's one side where your Joy-Con goes. There's the other. Now at the top you got your audio and power controls. Let me put this the right way. You also have more space here. Let me get a look at that. Sorry for the camera jump there. Okay, that's where your game goes. Let me just show you. I'll pop it out there. See? There it is. There's the game. And there it is turned on. So this down here is actually the stand. I'm sorry. That's how you set it up if you're going to be playing solo. And you want to play with the Joy-Cons, but you don't want to have it set up. Just a simple little easel type stand and you're done. Alright, now onto the Joy-Cons. Again, simple design. You know, you got your different buttons on there. You got your slide to go right into the system. You got your left side, your right side. Each side has its own special kind, so it's pretty easy. You never have to screw up when you're putting it together. Now I'm sure this is more what you guys are used to. Here it is all set up. Here it is with the Joy-Cons attached. Pretty typical, pretty much what you see everywhere. This is ready to play just as it is. Now I can slide it into the docker. When I do that, I would take the Joy-Cons off. And this just sits right in there. You don't have to force it in, it fits in like nothing. There it is, just seated in place, ready to play whenever I'm ready. Joy-Cons now become two separate controllers, or a single controller, depending on the game you choose to play and how you choose to use it. Now, let's take a little bit more of a look at these games. This is Lego DC Villains. I've always loved the Lego games, and I've always been into comic books, so this was a natural choice for me. It really just looks fun. You're able to build things, you're able to take on different characters and go through the story pretty quick and easy. Just a fun game. Of course, you gotta have a Mario Kart. I don't know about you guys, but ever since it came out on the Super Nintendo, I have loved Mario Kart. What a great game. Able to play for the whole family or by yourself. It's really one of those kind of anybody can play at any time they want game. Super Mario Maker 2. Now, this is really good for you guys who are into the old school like I am, or anybody new to the games, because you can make your own levels. And then you can have other people try your levels. You can share your levels online so other people can play. It's really just an awesome concept. Now, My Hero One's Justice. This is based off My Hero Academia manga and anime. What it is just a pretty bare bones fighting game. You're just trying to level up your characters and protect the world. Luigi's Mansion. This is the third installment. And I'm sure most of you guys are into Luigi's Mansion and stuff. My daughters love it. Honestly, I have to say I haven't actually played it yet. It is on my list of things to do, but I'm pretty busy a lot of the time, so I haven't had the chance to actually play. Now, moving on to Dragon Quest Builders. Now, for anybody who's into the Dragon Quest games, you love the animation, you love the story that's behind it. That's why you've been into it for so long. This is just awesome because it's like being into the Mario games and playing Mario Maker 2, but instead it's the Dragon Force games. You get to build your own levels, you get to build your own game basically. It's awesome. Now, Civilization 6. This particular game is something I got into. This is a Sid Meier's game. It's been around for a while. I mean, this is the 6th one. I've played it for quite some time, probably about 15 years now. And I've played a lot of different campaigns in it, and I really like it personally. It's a strategy game. It's a world-building game. You're trying to make your cities. You're trying to build your empire. And you're trying to make sure you don't get taken over. Basically, it's like playing a great big game of Risk, but a lot more intense. Alright guys, that's it for now. Alright guys, so here I am back at my desk for now. Yeah, so the Switch, just an awesome choice. Like I said, I don't have a heck of a lot of games right now. I showed them all to you so far. There they are. Not a lot there. But I do want to get more. I do want to expand my collection. I do have a lot of ideas. The one thing that I'm kind of sad I haven't gotten up to this point and I really want to get is a Zelda game for this system. Ever since the NES, I have had to have a Zelda game on every system I own. I just love the storyline. The original Zelda was great. Any subsequent things, I've got to say my favorite really so far has been Ocarina of Time. But who knows? The games on the Switch might take that over. I don't know yet. But I've played on every system I've owned. I've always had a Zelda game. And it's on my list. So guys, I would have to say, in my opinion, the Switch is an awesome system. If you're looking for fun for the family, you're looking for something to do, you're looking for a good system for all around, Switch is the way to go. Alright guys, I'm out. Take it easy. Later.